patterns which are restricting wealth. First, few basic things. Wealth is not something outside from you. It is extension of what is you. Please understand. You go on accumulating something in your life. If you are conscious, organized, you accumulate wealth. Otherwise, you accumulate poverty. But you go on accumulating something. Please understand, you cannot be in between. You can't say, no, neither I am progressing, nor I am losing. No. Either you are progressing or you are losing. Means, either you accumulate wealth or you accumulate poverty. Accumulation is your life. Wealth is not something outside you, it is extension of you. What you feel about life, what you feel about you, all these ideas only decide whether wealth is going to be around you or not. People usually ask me, why is Swami teaching about wealth to us? Who else you think should teach? Only a Swami can teach. I tell you, because your concepts about you plays a major role whether you are going to have wealth or not. There are so many researchers. I can quote one research to give you an example. Ohio State University Sociology Department has done how a religious beliefs of person directly affects his wealth, accumulation of wealth. The results of the survey are really shocking. I'll give you some of the basic things. Jews, 35% of Jews accumulate assets such as home, stock, bonds in a very young age. But only 3% of Protestants accumulate. There are so many things. The asset poor, Jews are only 1%, but Protestants are 15%. Some 20 details. Average income of a Jew is 4 times more than an average income of a Catholic or a Protestant. All these are really shocking. When you dig deep, the belief system you have about you plays a major role in your hard working, creativity, saving and all that. One more thing, unfortunately this university has not done study on Hindus, on India, whether on India or even in the US Hindus they have not done study. I want all of you to know, Hindus in US are the richest ethnic group, richer than Jews. Richer than Jews, please understand. 10% of the US tax is paid by 1% of Indians. Indian population, Hindu population in US is only 1% of US population. But the America's 10% tax is paid by Hindus. Richest ethnic community. Why do you think? The whole US medicine field is in the hands of Venkateshwara. The whole hospitality industry is in the hands of Swaminarayan. Means hotel, motel, patel. And all doctors, you should know that whole medical industry in US is in the hands of Telugus, Andhra people. Not just doctors, doctor number is very small only, but the pharmaceutical companies, we have two major beliefs which makes us constantly save. One, You need to leave wealth for your generations. Only then they will give you Shraddha. After you die, only then you will live happily in the Pitruloka. Please understand, a normal American, if you talk to an average American, he will tell, my last check should bounce. Only we have the concept of leaving wealth for the next generation. But here if you see, and one more thing, during this global recession, 9 out of 10 Americans, means 90% of Americans were in depression. Please understand, needed to be clinically treated because of the global recession. In India, 7 out of 10, 70% of Indians do not even know something called global recession is going on, because we have a 3-tier economy. Only 1 tier is known to government. Really, we have 3-tier economy. 1 tier only is accounted economy of India. All accounted, unaccounted, whatever the prediction you have about unaccounted, everything is only 1 tier. The 2nd tier is the cash which flows with men, which is unaccounted. In real estate, so many business. 3rd is the women, who has money which is in the hands of women, gold money which is in the hands of women, not even known to husband. He doesn't, even husband doesn't know. Where is the government to know? We have a 3-tier economy. That is why the global recession could not touch India. Because all recession can happen only in 1 tier. This 2 tier is completely unaccounted. Anyhow, I can give you so many insights on how belief system directly affects the way you live as rich or poor. Now, basically I want you to understand, if you are not attracting wealth around you, if you are living in a consciousness not enough, there is something seriously wrong with your being. Work on that first. Work on that first. Please understand, work on that first, altering the understandings you have about wealth is a very important thing you need for creating and celebrating wealth. Please understand, grabbing is completely wrong. I am not teaching grabbing. I am teaching creating, to keep the public attention diverted. I am not asking you to become grabbers. No. Creators are totally different from grabbers. Here I am asking you to become a creator. Wealth is not just money and gold alone. It is a space in which you feel abundance. I am not saying without money and gold start feeling abundance. Have enough and have the space enough, both. Have enough, have the space enough, have both. Unfortunately, either you try to just have the space enough or have enough, and you are stuck. Having enough and having the space enough. What do I mean exactly by by the word creating wealthy consciousness? See, here I am giving you a word, wealth consciousness. I mean few things. First, removing the self-contradicting desires of your inner space. Morning you feel like you want to work, make $1 billion and become a big boss of a company. Evening you feel like dropping everything and going and lying down in a beach and having vacation. See, one side, you enjoy the busy life. The other side, your mind just want to get rid of everything. This constant oscillation, not having clarity, not having stability, continuously not having stability makes you lose faith on you. You can see many times when you make decisions, you yourself feel, oh, I'll make this decision, but after 2 days I myself may repent. Why unnecessarily? Wait, let's wait. First step we are going to do is removing conflicting, contradicting, complicating desires of your mind. Please understand, conflicting means morning you want to do one thing, evening you want to do something completely opposite. That is conflict. Second, contradicting. Even in one statement you contradict yourself. I have seen sometimes people come and tell me, my headache should get cured. The more and more number of times you tell, my headache should get cured, my headache should get cured, you are strengthening your headache inside. Because any word repeated more and more number of times inside is going to become strong inside. When you say more and more number of times, my headache should get cured, my headache should get cured, I should get rid of headache, what happens? Headache becomes more stronger in you. More number of times you remember the headache. Many times you strengthen your enemy inside you by repeating him in you. Understand, this is only contradiction. Conflict means feeling different things at different time, not having clarity. Contradiction means at the same time giving life to both energies. Like you heard the story of Wali. Wali had a boon. Whoever stands in front of him, he will have half of their power. Same way, when you say I should get rid of my headache, you already gave half power to headache. Instead, you should be repeating the word, I should become healthy. Even the words you utter inside, the visualizations you have inside, the verbalizations you have inside should be in tune, in positive tone, not be self-contradicting. If you constantly say, I should be out of poverty, you are strengthening poverty by constantly remembering it. These are the contradicting desires. Third, complication. Complication means you don't even know why you are doing it. You just complicate things. Further, I don't need to give any example. You just look from your morning. You will have at least 2 examples. You just complicate things. You know, if you talk to your spouse about this problem now, it will be solved. But you think, why should I talk to him? Let him first smile at me. What is the hurry now? I'll talk day after tomorrow. Complicating things which can be easily sorted out. Many of your desires, your movements, your actions, you complicate. Because you have a prejudice, it cannot be solved. All of you understand? How you relate with yourself. Conflicting, contradicting, complicating the desires. I also wanted you to understand how you relate with yourself. In two ways you relate with yourself. First, the lower identity or the lower ideas you carry about you, or the higher identity, higher ideas you carry about you. If I have to give an example, very small things sometimes you feel, no, I cannot walk 3 floors and go to my office. So I don't want that job. Sometimes very small things, you complicate it so much and you really believe it is a big problem. I am giving you one example. But look inside, you will see hundreds of examples where such a small thing, because of the lower ideas you carry about you, and same way sometimes you carry very high ideas about you, and very difficult things, very difficult for others, you finish it so easily because the ideas you carry about you. Now first I want you to work, I'll give you a small exercise to work on the ideas you carry about you, so that I'll lead you to the next level of conflicting, contradicting, complicating desires. You felt very low and unhappy. Describe the incident and write down the experience you had about yourself. Contemplate and write down the lowest ideas you carry about you. I am not capable, I am not good enough, I am a failure, whatever you are carrying. Second, recollect the first incident in your life when you had the first idea about money. What were your first thoughts and engrams about money? Third, scan your whole life and identify if you had incidents in your life where you are left incomplete in aspect of money. Means feeling unfulfilled because of money. Write down the wounds that got created in you and in your relationships because of money. Answer these 3 questions, I will make you understand conflicting, contradicting, complicating desires, and how the higher identity, lower identity you carry. It is almost like a bypass surgery. Please, I'll give you the example. When I say write down any wounds that got created in you in your relationship because of money, somebody asked you money, you did not give and the relationship is broken. Or you gave money to somebody and they did not return it, the relationship is broken. Or you asked money, they did not give and the relationship is broken. Mention all those, record all that. Then I'll give you the deeper insights. First step, please understand. Stand, legs wide apart, at least 2 feet gap between the legs. Let me completely give the instruction, then you can do. Inhale as slowly as possible. When you finished inhaling, hold as long as possible. Then exhale as slowly as possible. After completely exhaling, hold as long as possible your lungs empty. Inhaling as slowly as possible, holding as long as possible, exhaling as slowly as possible, holding the lungs empty as long as possible. All 4 actions slowly as long as possible. This is the first step. If you already have any heart problems, like blood pressure, any other heart conditions, please don't do this kriya. Others can do. This is the first process. Please start. I will guide you further in every level. Legs wide apart. 2 feet. This kriya is to break the patterns of suffering of money in you. Any pain, suffering related to money, the patterns will be broken. The kriya, use both the hands, not only one hand, use both the hands. Use both the thumbs. First inhale as slowly as possible. Hold as long as possible. Exhale as slowly as possible. Hold the lungs empty without inhaling as long as possible. Do this continuously. Repeat the same cycle continuously. Intensely awakened. Let the energy fill you all. Let all the conflicting, contradicting, complicating desire patterns be destroyed in you all. Let you all create wealthy consciousness, rich inner space. Bring your awareness to the breath. Relax completely in unclutched space, not connecting the thoughts and emotions flowing in you and giving life to it is unclutching.
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् आदिशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome all the participants, viewers, visitors, Sarvanyapita Yajamans, Tanedars, Mahans, Shri Mahans, Kotaris, everyone sitting with us all over the world in more than 100 centers, in almost all time zone, all over the planet Earth. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I request all of you to come to the space of listening, because the program is experiential. It is experiential, not just intellectual. I'm not going to give you some words. I'm going to transmit the experience. First, few basic truths of life. Please understand, you don't manifest your desire, you manifest your cognition. You don't manifest in your life your desires. You only manifest in your life what you believe, what you cognize, what you perceive as reality. Most of us say, oh, I really desire wealth. I desire happy life. I desire health. Then why are you not manifesting it? The science of manifestation, very important sacred secret you need to know is, you do not manifest what you desire, but you manifest what you believe, what you cognize, what you perceive as reality. The gap between your beliefs and your desires. Listen carefully. I'll give you an example. Many of us say, I really desire wealth. But deep down you believe wealthy people are arrogant people, bad people. They do a lot of wrong things. If you believe wealthy people are arrogant, bad, wrong, they do many wrong things, they exploit others. If you have that belief, how are you going to manifest wealth in your life? Understand? Wealthy people are not bad. Those people who are bad, even if they don't have wealth, they will be bad with some other reason. They will be egoistic with some other reason. They will be exploiting with some other reason. I have seen people exploit their poverty. I have seen here in the ashram many times. The way they demand, if you don't attend to their demands even 1 inch, oh, because we are poor people, you don't attend to us? I have never seen a rich person demanding. I have seen billionaires coming here. I have never seen them demanding, because by the time you make billions, you are beaten by society so much, you are polished thoroughly. You know how to deal every situation. But I have always seen, to be egoistic, to be exploiting, to be demanding, it is not necessary you have to be wealthy. But you always have an idea. Wealthy people are egoistic, bad, demanding, exploiting, doing wrong things to others. Listen carefully. How many of you really believe wealthy people become egoistic, exploiting, demanding, and doing bad to others? Raise your hand. When you believe something, you will manifest only that. You don't manifest your desire. Your desire is very superficial. Your reality is made out of the stuff called your perception and cognition, belief system. Your reality is not made out of your desire. Your desire is not the material out of which your reality is made. Your perception is the material out of which your reality is made. If you desire wealth, but you believe, perceive, cognize wealthy people are bad, or wealth is too much responsibility, naturally you will not manifest wealth in your life. The gap between your desire and your perception is what I call mental patterns. Listen carefully. You desire wealth, but you believe it's almost impossible for you. Various reasons. The fight which goes on between your desire and your belief is mental patterns. That is mental patterns. Listen carefully. This whole 2-day program is all about wealth. I'll be helping you to complete many of your wrong perceptions, cognitions, believes about wealth consciously, experientially, I tell you, in the modern day, tons of researchers are proving one truth. I can give you at least 1,000 studies and researches. Anything you cognize, you create a certain energy field about your cognition. You attract situations, people, everything around you to make that cognition into reality. All you need is will persistence. Will persistence means not next 12 years sitting and doing meditation. No, I don't call that as a will persistence. Your decision, you are not going to give up your intention, is all I call will persistence. You can continue to be eating, sleeping, driving, doing your routine. You are not expected to sit under a tree and close your eyes and do something till your jata grows and penetrates the ground. No, I don't call that as a will persistence. Deciding not to give up on your intention is will persistence. I'll repeat this basic few principles because I'm using many new words, technical terms. Listen. You do not manifest your desire, you manifest your belief. You always desire health, but you strongly believe your dad had diabetes, you are going to have it. Understand? That's a difference between desire and belief. You desire health, but you believe strongly, oh, my father had diabetes, I think I'm almost there. Unfortunately, the science of manifestation is not what you desire, but what you believe. The science of manifestation is not what you desire, but what you believe, what you cognize, what you perceive. The gap between your desire and your perception, that is what I call mental patterns. It goes on affecting you. Understand? Your mental patterns goes on affecting you, but you always tell, I am too busy to repair myself. Okay? Sit in a broken car and go on be rotating the handle or pushing and pulling the gears, do whatever you want. You are not going to move 1 inch. And if somebody says, please, why don't you repair your broken car? You are not moving. No, I am too busy to repair. I can't get down now and repair because I am hurriedly going to some place. That is utter stupidity. Let's get down and repair. Let's get down and repair. If we are not moving, if we are stuck somewhere, let us not give reasons. Let us be really ferocious and clean it up. Let us be really ferocious and clean it up. Listen intensely. You also start cherishing from young age. Stress-free, relaxed life means poverty. Please understand, if you look in and see your visualizations about stress-free, relaxed life, it is always indirectly associated with poverty. You strongly believe carefree life means irresponsible, means no responsibility. And deep inside, you do believe poverty is good. You do believe poverty is good. Deep inside, Unfortunately, the life negative religions put certain reverence and respect for poverty. One good thing I found throughout the Upanishads, not even in one place poverty is respected. That's the only reason till British came, we were the largest economy. India need to know poverty is because you gave up Vedic lifestyle, not because you lived Vedic lifestyle. Till Vedic lifestyle was with you, poverty was never near you. Because throughout the Upanishads, nowhere poverty is respected, worshipped, revered, even indirectly. Rishis were never poor, loaded with tons of powers. Kings come and bow down to rishis to learn the weapons and powers. Listen, unfortunately, the life negative religions have put a thought current that poverty is good and kind of a reverence and respect for poverty. Charity and reverence for poverty, both are just to keep poor people suppressed and stopping them rebelling. It can be a good political strategy, but that is not a spiritual truth. You need to acid wash yourself about your beliefs and cognitions. I'm not saying poor people are wrong, all that. All I am trying to tell you is, as long as you cherish reverence, respect for poverty, you will be only attracting that. As long as you cherish the idea, the wealthy people are bad, arrogant, anything wrong, you will be only living in poverty. You will not manifest wealth. Understand, ultimately wealth is neither good nor bad. It is a resource available for you to do what you want. Wealth is not even just money or currency. Money is one wealth, currency is one wealth, the assets are one wealth, and being alive, active is one wealth. All this put together is wealth. It's not just currency, it's not just money, it's not just assets, it is being active also. All the four put together is wealth. Money, currency, assets, being active. Listen, wealth is neither bad nor good. It's an utility. It's an utility, that's all. If you want to have, manifest in your life. If you don't want to have, leave it. It is that simple. That is where the problem starts now. No. It's not that simple. I am trying to manifest for last 25 years. You are trying to, but you are not manifesting. Please understand. You may be having desire, but you don't have belief. That's a difference. Desire is different. Belief is different. Desire is different. Belief is different. You may be desiring to have wealth. You may not be believing it as your possibility. You may not be perceiving it as your possibility. You may not be cognizing it as your possibility. Understand? The first and foremost important step we need to do to create an energy field of attracting wealth. As I mentioned, there are tons of researches proving in the modern day, anything you cognize, you become energy field for it. And you attract situations, persons, knowledge, everything required to manifest that cognition into your reality. In these 2 days, I commit with you, I'll clean up all the mess inside you. The gap between your desire and your perception, that mental patterns, that's what I call mess. I'll clean up. That's one. Second, I'll create an energy field in you to attract wealth and manifest wealth. This too is only the goal of this 2 days program. And I commit with you, I'll do it. Whether you are in Bangalore Adinam, physically in front of me, or all over the world, I'll do it. The first step we need to do, looking back, the gap between your desire and your cognitions. How you started perceiving wealth, money. How you started perceiving. I can tell you a small story. First time, how I was introduced to money and started interacting with money. I still remember my 3rd birthday. My father has given me a Ganesha who actually ate food. If you have read my biography, you would have read the incident. If you are interested, you can go to YouTube where I have narrated the whole story. I was given that Ganesha as a gift and I was so curious and busy with playing with the deity. And then in Indian village we have a habit, all the family elders will give coins on the birthday as a gift to the kids. So I was sitting and playing with my Ganesha and all the family elders came. I am supposed to bow down to them. It's a tradition. So I touch their feet and they will give money. A lot of money got collected. Must be some 70-80 rupees. In those days it's a big money. And for a kid it's a too big money. And it was too much of coins and notes, so my father helped me to pack the whole thing in a hand key. So I looked at him and asked, what should I do with this? He said, you can buy whatever you want. I said, I don't need anything. I only wanted this Ganesha. You already gave it to me. I don't need anything. He said, then you can give it to anybody you want. So I just called all my cousins, brothers, everyone was playing. I grew up in a large joint family. 27 of us grew up together. So it's almost like a one school, small school. So all of them are playing. I called in my loud voice, hey, anybody wants come and take this money? I don't want it. So 4 or 5 kids were running and my elder brother ran fast and took the whole thing, whole hand key. My father told me to tell my elder brother to share everyone, to share with all. I said, I have decided I don't want. And I said, whoever wants, take it. So he took it. How can I interfere in this after that? It's up to him. I will not even interfere, giving any further instruction to how they should share or who should share and all that. I said I don't want. That's my first relationship with money. I still see very clearly that's the same relationship. Still I don't touch money. I don't handle. Never felt the need. Anyhow, I am not saying this should be your pattern or this should be your... I am just giving you an example of how I started relating with. So now dig out how you started relating with money. That was actually my completion with money. I touched first time money only to give dana. still I am doing the same thing. Still, I touch money only to give dana. How? How you cognized money, wealth, what all your perceptions and beliefs and cognitions about money. Let's dig out. Let's get them out first. The moment you remember money, does it bring tremendous pain, suffering, impossibility, all that in you? What is the emotion or energy it invokes in you? So put your pen to paper and just keep writing whatever comes to your mind. If you feel tortured, irritated, the moment you think of money, whatever you think, money is difficult, money is impossible, money is, unless you cheat, you can't get the money. Even if you cheat it, somebody will cheat from you. So much goes on inside you about money. Your incompletions with money. Just spend few minutes and let's dig out all the incompletions, mental patterns we have, perceptions, beliefs and cognitions we have about money. Listen, the first step we need to do now, cleaning up, completing these mental thought patterns, the incompletion patterns related to wealth, and stopping them from recurring. Please understand. Biggest problem is when you do not recognize something as a pattern, it continues to exist in you and recur. Please understand. Recurring. For example, today you remember, yes, I have a lot of incompletions and patterns. Incompletion means, let me define. Your past sitting in your present, not letting you live your future is incompletion. It has no logic. Because you lost love of somebody, you decide never to love again. It has no logic. Tons of negative decisions, cognitions you make about life is incompletion. I'll give you one small example. 8-year-old kid is in the classroom. Teacher asks, who is the first Prime Minister of India? The kid jumps on the bench and shouts, Mahatma Gandhi. Naturally, the whole class laughs. Because Mahatma Gandhi is not, neither is Mahatma nor he is first Prime Minister. Okay, that you leave it. When the whole class laughs, she decides never to come in the front, jump up and be active. Even after 50 years, if she becomes a CEO of a company, in the team meeting, she will be telling her ideas to somebody else and somebody else will be presenting. Even if she is the head of the meeting, she will continue to suffer the decision she made at the age of 8. How many of you see this is happening even in your life? in some form. That is what I call incompletion. Understand, there is a very powerful science by Sadashiva in Agama. Sadashiva is the first Guru, Adi Guru. He explains in Agama, of course, the moment I utter this word, many will have many questions. What? Sadashiva? He was supposed to be God. Was he Guru? He was supposed to be energy. Was he teaching? Let me be very clear. He is the pure consciousness beyond time and space, but he also assumed form within the time and space. The formless came in form many times and taught the great spiritual truths to the world. We should not even use the word was. Is the right word. He gives a beautiful science of completing with this incompletion patterns, known, unknown. Understand, if you know the reason for certain pattern, it is called known pattern. If you don't know, it is unknown pattern. Sometimes you will have a heaviness, suffocation, but you don't even know why. That is unknown pattern. Sometimes you know why you are going through what you are going through. That is known pattern. Known or unknown, you can complete. You can be out of it. It is possible. It is possible. I'll explain this science of completion. Understand, this one technique can help you whether you want to get rid of your headache or your whole ignorance and get into enlightenment. Whether you want as simple as healing your headache or as complicated as enlightenment. Anything, this one technique can give you. This one technique, it is a complete end-to-end, alpha to omega. It's from Sadashiva directly. In the Agama, 94th verse, 22nd technique. The chapter is called Shivajnanopanishad and also called as Vijnana Bhairava. Chittat yanta kritir nasti mamantar bhavayet iti vigalpanam abhavena vigalpair uchito bhavet. You don't have to remember. I am uttering every time so that I will remember. That's all. No, it is just to keep the purity of the teaching. I want all of you to know, whatever I am sharing with you is my personal enlightenment experience, which is in tune with the earlier master's experience. My Apta Pramana, my Atma Pramana in tune with the Apta Pramana, means the earlier masters. The Shastra Pramana. Only that can become your Sakshi Pramana. Never learn from a person who does not have Atma Pramana, enlightenment. He will be only Pandit, repeating. Same way, never learn from a person who claims yes, enlightenment, but does not keep his experience in tune with the Shastra Pramana and shares with you. It's always dangerous. Maybe it must have been good for him, but we don't know whether it is good for all of you. The Atma Pramana should always be acid washed with Apta Pramana, Shastra Pramana. Only that can become Sakshi Pramana, experiential reality for you. Never learn from anybody who has only knowledge, not experience. Same way, never learn from somebody who claims having only experience and does not connect, purify, make it in tune with the Shastra and presents it to you. There is always a danger. If you don't bother about the Shastra Pramana, you may be having kakka biryani. Be careful. Listen. To keep the purity of the teachings, I keep the original Sanskrit verses. I'll give you the translation now. Consciously feel within the mind stuff of past memories of incompletion with its activities as mind, intellect and ego not existing in me. By contemplating this way in your inner space, disidentify from the past impressions and memories of completion. Put your active attention at the space of past happening. Relive these imagined impressions and memories of incompletion. Then the mind stop having fully ceased from its present characteristics of forming thought patterns and cognitions is complete. Thus you become complete and achieve the original space of complete completion. Listen. Now I will explain. I have read out the translation. I will explain what to do. Now you wrote many of the patterns, incompletions, thought currents you are having about money, ideas, cognitions. You developed about money from the young age. Do only one thing. Just go back to that same age when the incidents happened in you, the cognition started building in you, the beliefs started building in you, the idea started building in you, the perception started building in you. Relive the same situation. I am not asking you just remember. Remembering means, for example, something happened at the age of 7 which is still hurting you about money. You asked 1 rupee from your uncle and he did not give, but he gave it to his son. It's still sitting and hurting. If now you are 47, this happened 7. You being 47-year-old person and remembering what happened at the age of 7 is remembering. Forget you are 47. Forget who you are now. You may be having millions. Just become that 7-year-old who asked and did not receive. For you that 1 rupee must have been almost life. I have seen people, they develop even wheezing when they were not given as simple as a chocolate or an ice cream by their friend or family or brother. I have seen. Because for a child, it may be life. Just go back, forget who you are now. Become that person. When that incident happened, relive. Just see what has happened at that time. You will see many of the unknown, suppressed emotions will break. And I tell you, many diseases will be healed. I have seen people walking out of tumors, cancers, asthma, wheezing, just by completion. Because many of your diseases have their roots in some of the incompletions of the past. When you relive, many pain parts in you breaks. Pain bodies collapse. The pain patterns melt down, which completes many other issues which you don't even remember. I have seen when people do completion, to complete the wealth-related incompletions, suddenly they get into health, because the same incompletions which created wealth issues only were creating health issues. When they melt down, people become free even from both. Listen carefully. I'll repeat once more. Now you would have written so many patterns, incompletions, thought currents, ideas, cognitions. Take few minutes. Go back to each incident, each pain, each hurting. Relive. 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 Don't justify what happened. Don't try to console yourself. No consolation will work. No justification will work. Neither help others nor try to help yourself. Just relive. I've seen when somebody has tears, others try to console. No, relax. You are not more compassionate than me. Let me do that job. You don't interfere in my job. Let you just go through. Even you don't try to console yourself. That is not going to work. If something has to break inside, let it break. It's okay. When you relive, the powerlessness, incompletion, loses power over you. I'll guide you step by step. And I commit with you, I'll lead you all to completion. And I know how to awaken, trigger the incompletions in you and break them. Help you to relive and relieve. I am supporting all of you. Have courage. Let's clean up.
Sit as Paramashiva. Inhale and exhale deeply with 25 heads and 75 eyes and 50 hands. Visualize, meditate, connect with him. He is a living, alive being. Drop your form into his form and dissolve. Remember, you are a Sarupya Mukta, means your form is dissolved into his form. All my disciples, now I am initiating Salokya Mukti.
Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
Nityananda Govinda, Hari Nityananda Govinda. 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 Ananda Keshava Govinda, Hari Nityananda Govinda. Ananda Keshava Govinda, Hari Nityananda Govinda. Ananda ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ನವನಿತ ಚೋರ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ನಂದನಂದನ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ನಂದನಂದನ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ನವನಿತ ಚೋರ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ನವನಿತ ಚೋರ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೇಣು ವಿಲೋಲ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೇಣು ವಿಲೋಲ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವಿಜಯ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವಿಜಯ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೇಣು ವಿಲೋಲ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೇಣು ವಿಲೋಲ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವಿಜಯ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವಿಜಯ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ 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 ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಆನಂದ ಕೇಶವ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ನಂದನಂದನ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ನಂದನಂದನ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ನವನಿತ ಚೋರ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ನವನಿತ ಚೋರ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೇಣು ವಿಲೋಲ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವೇಣು ವಿಲೋಲ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವಿಜಯ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ವಿಜಯ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ
ಮುಕುಂದ ಮಾಧವ ಮುರಳಿ ಮನೋಗರ ಮುಕುಂದ ಮಾಧವ ಮುರಳಿ ಮನೋಗರ ಮಧುಸೂದನ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಮಧುಸೂದನ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಮುಕುಂದ ಮಾಧವ ಮುರಳಿ ಮನೋಗರ ಮುರಳಿ ಮನೋಗರ. ಲಿಂಗೋದ್ಭವಕರ ನಿತ್ಯಲಿಂಗೇಶ್ವರ. ಲಿಂಗೋದ್ಭವಕರ ನಿತ್ಯಲಿಂಗೇಶ್ವರ. ಆದಿನಾರಾಯಣ ನಿತ್ಯನಾರಾಯಣ. ಆದಿನಾರಾಯಣ ನಿತ್ಯನಾರಾಯಣ. ಮುಕುಂದ ಮಾಧವ ಮುರಳಿ ಮನೋಗರ. ಮುಕುಂದ ಮಾಧವ ಮುರಳಿ ಮನೋಗರ. ಮಾದಂಗವದನ ಆನಂದ ಸದನ. ಮಾದಂಗವದನ ಆನಂದ ಸದನ. ಮಾದಂಗವದನ ಆನಂದ ಸದನ. ಮಾತಾ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ನಿತ್ಯ ನಿತ್ಯೇಶ್ವರಿ. ಮಾತಾ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ನಿತ್ಯ ನಿತ್ಯೇಶ್ವರಿ. ಮುಕುಂದ ಮಾಧವ ಮುರಳಿ ಮನೋಗರ. ಮಧುಸೂದನ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ. ಮಧುಸೂದನ ಹರಿ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ. ಮುಕುಂದ ಮಾಧವ ಮುರಳಿ ಮನೋಗರ. ಮಾಧವ ನಿತ್ಯ ಮನೋಗರ. ಯಾದವ ಮಾಧವ ನಿತ್ಯ ಮನೋಗರ. ಯಾದವ ಮಾಧವ ನಿತ್ಯ ಮನೋಗರ. ನಿತ್ಯ
ನಿತ್ಯ ನಿತ್ಯ ನಿತ್ಯ ನಿತ್ಯ ನಿತ್ಯ ನಿತ್ಯ ನಿತ್ಯ. ಹೇ ಶಿವಶಂಕರ ನಿತ್ಯ. ಮಾಧವ ಮುರಹರ ನಿತ್ಯ. ಹೇ ಶಿವಶಂಕರ ನಿತ್ಯ. ಮಾಧವ ಮುರಹರ ನಿತ್ಯ. ಗಿರಿಧರ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಶಂಭೋ ಮಹಾದೇವ. ಗಿರಿಧರ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಶಂಭೋ ಮಹಾದೇವ. ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯ. ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯ. ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯ. ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯ. ಹೇ ಶಿವಶಂಕರ ನಿತ್ಯ. ಮಾಧವ ಮುರಹರ ನಿತ್ಯ. ದೀನದಯಾಳು ಹರಿ ತ್ರಿಭುವನ ಪಾಲಕ ಶ್ರೀ ಶಂಭೋ ಶಂಕರ ನಿತ್ಯ. ವನಮಾಲಿ ರಾಧಾ ರಮಣ ಗಿರಿಧಾರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ. 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 ನೀಲಮೇಘ ಸುಂದರ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನೀಲಮೇಘ ಸುಂದರ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನೀಲಮೇಘ ಸುಂದರ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನೀಲಮೇಘ ಸುಂದರ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ವನಮಾಲಿ ರಾಧಾ ರಮಣ ಗಿರಿಧಾರಿ 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 ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನೀಲಮೇಘ ಸುಂದರ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನೀಲಮೇಘ ಸುಂದರ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನೀಲಮೇಘ ಸುಂದರ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನೀಲಮೇಘ ಸುಂದರ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ವನಮಾಲಿ ರಾಧಾ ರಮಣ ಗಿರಿಧಾರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ವನಮಾಲಿ ರಾಧಾ ರಮಣ ಗಿರಿಧಾರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ಭಕ್ತ ಹೃದಯ ಮಂದಾರ ಭಾನುಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ. 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 ನಂದ ನಂದ ಗೋಪ ಬೃಂದ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನಂದ ನಂದ ಗೋಪ ಬೃಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನಂದ ನಂದ ಗೋಪ ಬೃಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನಂದ ನಂದ ಗೋಪ ಬೃಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ವನಮಾಲಿ ರಾಧಾ ರಮಣ 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 ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನೀಲಮೇಘ ಸುಂದರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನೀಲಮೇಘ ಸುಂದರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನೀಲಮೇಘ ಸುಂದರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನೀಲಮೇಘ ಸುಂದರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ವನಮಾಲಿ ರಾಧಾ ರಮಣ ಗಿರಿಧಾರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ವನಮಾಲಿ ರಾಧಾ ರಮಣ ಗಿರಿಧಾರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ಭಕ್ತ ಹೃದಯ ಮಂದಾರ ಭಾನುಕೋಟಿ ಸುಂದರ. 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 ನಂದ ನಂದ ಗೋಪ ಬೃಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ. 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 ಹೇ ನಂದ ನಂದ ಗೋಪ ಬೃಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ಹೇ ನಂದ ನಂದ ಗೋಪ ಬೃಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ವನಮಾಲಿ ರಾಧಾ ರಮಣ ಗಿರಿಧಾರಿ 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 ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನೀಲಮೇಘ ಸುಂದರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನೀಲಮೇಘ ಸುಂದರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನೀಲಮೇಘ ಸುಂದರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ನೀಲಮೇಘ ಸುಂದರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ವನಮಾಲಿ ರಾಧಾ ರಮಣ ಗಿರಿಧಾರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ವನಮಾಲಿ ರಾಧಾ ರಮಣ ಗಿರಿಧಾರಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ಭಕ್ತ ಹೃದಯ ಮಂದಾರ गिरिधारी गोविंदा वनमाली राधा रमणा गिरिधारी गोविंदा वनमाली राधा रमणा गिरिधारी गोविंदा वनमाली राधा रमणा गिरिधारी गोविंदा नीलमे
Paramashivoham